Okay, so after I watched the movie The Flight of Phoenix, I think there are two big part things I can think of that is connected with our course. There's the conflict and communication shows in the movie and how to make decisions and solve problems and are closely related to the content of the classes. And the first thing I want to talk about is the conflict and the communication in the movie. So our textbook mentioned that in a successful team, it is important to establish an environment of trust. Be willing to listen to different opinions, use conflicts to promote growth, and not be afraid of uncomfortable situations. Even if conflict is a shame in society, but people usually avoid conflict instead of positive growth experience. So this point is perfectly interrupted in the movie, in my opinion. The scenes in the movie are more extreme and helpless. So in the harsh environment of the desert, motivation and team cohesion and is in sorry essential for survival. Goliath, Franktown, and Dorfman often conflict, but their difference ultimately lead to be better problem solving and decision making, highlighting the key role of constructive conflict and transparent communication. However, it was through these conflicts that team members began to communicate more openly and honestly, because they have to be focused to solve conflicts in order to survive in the environment at the time. They would communicate more after conflict again and again to make the whole team more united. I think it's a good, very good cycle to be a better team. And then the second thing I want to talk about is the problem solving and decision making. The core narrative of the film revolves around problem solving and thinking is that the decision to build a new airplane from the wreckage is radical and risky, and reflects the ability to solve problems innovatively under pressure. The team faced many technical and logical challenges that required creative solution and adaptive thinking. The process reflects many real-world scenarios in which teams most innovative to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. So there are six stages that the book talk about are also mentioned in the course. One is the problem identification and definition, and second, problem analysis, and generating alternative solution for selecting a solution, and five, implementing the solution, and then evaluating the result. So we can clearly understand that the decision making of the entire team is basically consistently changing according to this sixth stage. So in the movie, when there is a problem in the team, they will firstly analyze the problem and then try to solve it. If solution one doesn't work, then they will try the solution two. So in terms of decision making, there are many individual and team decisions in the movie. However, I think the most critical things in the individual decision expressed in the movie. Although many people reject the man's decision about to build an airplane in the movie, but in fact, the airplane is the best solution at the situation. So due to this concept of the group thinking, this group of people had reduced against build a airplane at the beginning. So they did not think it was the best way. And here's the reference, and thank you for the listening.